Hello, everyone.
Mary Chrysler.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to another episode of College Football for the Girls. I'm Jessica,
And I'm Amani.
and we have survived the weekend. Well,
Barely.
some of us did. Not everybody survived this weekend, as we will find out.
I don't give a piss about Bama. Woo!
Well, now they should because they lost to fucking Vandy. I tried
I
to
could
warn them.
piss every single person on that team. Thank you. I cannot express to you how happy I was to watch that. I was screaming at my TV.
I was working the tailgates as I do on home games, and when I tell you after our game, people were flipping to the Bama Vandy game so quick. You would have thought we were winning a national championship. How hype these people were. It was nuts.
Insane. What was crazy was I was watching with my dad, and there was maybe 2-3 minutes left on the clock, and it was pretty close. My dad was like, there's no way Bama's gonna slip this one up. They're not gonna lose this game. When Vandy scored that last touchdown, my dad turned to me, he said, damn, they really about to lose this game. He couldn't believe it. Everybody was in shock.
Tried to tell them you cannot sleep on
last week.
Vandy. If they have ruined our season before, and literally I was walking around on Saturday, and the amount of people that were like, we've lost to Vandy before at home. I remember this. I don't know what happened. Bama slept on Vandy and fucked around and found out and got rocked. That sucks for them, but also that's fucking hysterical.
Insane, bro. They threw the goalpost in the river. It's in the river, y'all.
Walked 8 miles to throw that bitch into a fucking river down Nashville, bro.
And they deserve every minute of it. Absolutely. I'm so happy for them. When I tell you, I texted Jessica this. I said the amount of historical records and things that were broken off of winning this one game. As soon as the game ended, they were like, this is Vandy's first time beating a number one AP team. This is the first time they've beat Bama in 56 straight games. I was like, yo, the fact that so many history was made, bro. I was shocked.
It's funny because I went on I can't remember if I was on Twitter or somewhere. Somebody posted a picture that Vandy had apparently at their practices a picture of the last time they played Vandy, and it was their stats, and Vandy's stats were way better than Bama's, but I think obviously Bama still won. And they used that as motivation for the team that week, and it was a Bama fan that posted it, and they were just like, who the fuck are you to think this? If I was Bama's team, I would look at this as a joke, yada yada. Who's fucking laughing now, bitch? Because it's sure hell ain't y'all. Yeah, check in on your... I told
y'all this week, I literally said, they stink. I was not lying. Are there times on this podcast where I may say something and it bites me in the ass? Yes, but Bama will always stink. Their fans stink.
Yeah, check in on your local Bama fan. My local Bama fan was ready to jump off the hotel roof, who was in Nashville for a wedding. Shout out to my friend.
Imagine being a Bama fan, being down the road from the chaos, and you are just...
Imagine...
I'd be so unwell.
No, imagine being a Bama fan and you were at the fucking game.
Just imagine being a Bama fan in general.
Nah, can't imagine that. Can't even imagine that.
No thanks.
But that's only one of the crazy fucking upsets we had this week, because, my God, there's a list of crazy upsets.
I can't even express to you how many people got upset this
week. So many people got upset, but so many people got hype. Specifically, the one I'm going to shout out. I see you, Arkansas, and I love you so dearly for beating Tennessee and shutting down their so-called quote-unquote elite offense, because holy fucking shit.
Know what's really crazy was when Bama lost their game, because Tennessee was in the middle of their game when Bama lost. I was like, oh, wow, they're about to move I could really see them moving Tennessee to number 1 or number 2 because of this. Because like at this point, I don't see them justifying moving Georgia at all because they've been waiting to move them down. But I was like, Tennessee might be up in the top 3, and I'm like, that's crazy to think about. And when I checked the score after the game and they lost, I said, never mind.
Never mind.
Just kidding.
I take it back. Yeah, no. We were literally here watching it and it was the last minute and I like dozed off for a minute and my dad literally woke me up. He goes, "You're going to want to stay awake for this next part." And I went, "Oh, okay, bet." And Arkansas scored and won the fucking game and I went, "Oh, shit." Crazy.
Next game, Mizzou. Count your fucking days, bro. I should have listened to Jessica last week when she said, I never put my faith in Mizzou, because what the fuck was that? I literally, y'all weren't even at the game, bro. I swear to God, they was like, hey, yo, if you a fan, come down here. We're doing a fans appreciation game. Everybody gets to play. Because that game should not have been that bad. You should have at least had a close game, period.
You're telling me I don't. I saw bits and pieces of that game throughout the day, and I literally was just like, Mizzou, honey, is Mizzou in the room with us today? Because what the fuck?
They was back in Missouri.
Yeah.
That's where they were. Because I watched because at one point it wasn't that far off. Like they were maybe down like a touchdown and a field goal or something. Like they could have easily caught back up. And then Texas A&M ran it like a long one for a touchdown. I said, y'all are cooked.
Halftime.
I sat and looked at it. I didn't even want to watch the game. I said, oh, my pick'ems is cooked. I'm cooked. Next. Because that was crazy.
I picked Mizzou too for my pick'ems. I had full faith in Mizzou because Mizzou actually, as they do every year, look like a pretty solid team. Texas A&M has looked like trash all year. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Something was in the Gatorade this week.
They gave Texas A&M Michael's special stuff. I don't fucking know. Like, I was so perplexed walking around and seeing that fucking score, and I'm like, I'm sorry, am I seeing this right? Bro, like, I don't understand what else they had. Unless they fucking sacrificed some lamb at their little cult meeting at midnight the game before. Like, I don't know what else they could have done. What the fuck?
I'm telling you, it was crazy. But they honestly can count their fucking days because I will never trust them again. I don't give a fuck if they're undefeated. Fuck you. I did not even care for this game. This was the one game I was not even torn about. Just count your fucking days, bro.
I think the AP poll was not kind to them, and I'm not surprised. The other one was Michigan and Washington. Thank you so much, Washington, for whooping that big blue ass, because yes, thank you. Absolutely, thank you.
Last week, Jessica said, I will never put my faith in Michigan.
Yes.
I eeny, meeny, miny, mode.
You eeny, meeny, miny, mode. Sure did.
Fuck you.
Never, ever select Michigan or put your faith in Michigan because they will let you down. And I was correct. That is wild. Shout out you, Washington Huskies. We see you. I respect you, and I love it.
I just actually cannot even deal. Like, I'm telling you, I just was watching these games, and I was like, did y'all's players show up?
No.
Did the NIL deals fall through or something? Like, why are y'all not playing? I'm confused.
Well, for Michigan, it's because they can't steal sides anymore. So they're having to go off of what they can. They're having to go off of what they know. So they're kind of fucked.
Next one.
Yeah.
Miami. I don't know how many times God is going to save you, but y'all got to chill the fuck out.
I didn't even see this
game as well.
I did not see this game. I think I went to bed. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't stay up for the full game, but I watched the bullshit call. I'm like, this is the second time they've saved y'all's asses. I don't know who in the ACC is saving y'all's ass, but it was literally, I'm not even kidding you, Jessica, copy paste of the Virginia Tech game.
There was another controversial call? You're kidding.
Copy paste, almost exactly like the last one. It was to the point where like people on Twitter were like, this is the college football script. Like, it was bad. Like, same scenario. They are saying here saying that it wasn't a catch. It was like the last few seconds of the game, like literally down to a T, Jessica. Same exact way almost.
What the hell? That
It
okay,
was
that's
crazy.
weird. That's really weird. I'm gonna have to go back and watch highlights of that one.
Yeah,
That's
you're gonna have
crazy.
to for sure. But when I tell you, I actually watched this time and I was like, y'all should have lost this one. Like the Virginia Tech one, maybe we could have said, yeah. This one, they for sure should have lost. And I know Cal is pissed about it. I don't blame them because they really hold y'all. They hold y'all for real. I there's nothing else to it.
I I'm shocked. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know how Miami keeps skirting by and like good for y'all for still winning games, I guess. But like y'all are going to get behind enough, too far enough where y'all can't come back. And it's going to be against somebody dumb and it's going to make it worse. But I didn't even
Yeah.
realize it did not even register that was a close
Yeah,
game.
when you get time, go look at it because it's crazy. Like at this point, I can't even defend y'all no more. Like, yes, good for y'all. Y'all are still in the AP poll, the only ACT team really to help us out. But we can't keep saving y'all, bro.
No.
The ACC CEO is spending racks to make sure y'all stay up there because
Honestly.
literally insane. It was crazy.
The other one I'm going to shout out, I didn't get to see this one. Shout out Minnesota for beating 11 ranked USC.
Oh yeah, I
Hysterical.
didn't see that either.
Hysterical. I did not see it, but good job winning the game. What did you catch?
Syracuse beating Las Vegas
Yes.
in
Yeah,
overtime.
they did. They fucking beat them. Mr. Las Vegas, who is ranked at number 25 with Texas
Which
A&M.
again, not to keep referring back to last episode, but y'all should listen to it because it was a really good one. We were baffled for a
Yeah.
good 10 minutes on
Yeah.
why they were even on this thing.
Correct. And Syracuse said, no, that should be our spot. Thank you very fucking much.
I'm so glad because I really do think Syracuse is a really solid team. And like I said
Agreed.
before, like they're gonna have to do the climb to prove worthy. But hopefully this week kind of helped them out because everybody else just fucking crashed and burned. Speaking of crashed and burned, Wake Forest.
Y'all, a miracle happened.
I still, when people ask me, I literally tweeted about this, and multiple of my friends, alumni, and family have retweeted it. They were like, I said, I can't explain to you what happened in the last 5 minutes of the game because I'm truly shocked. I still today, I can't even explain in words what happened because when I looked at the fourth quarter and it was 4 minutes left on the clock, I was like, in true Wake fashion, we're cooked, we lost.
Yep.
I cut the game off because I was like, I don't even want to see this because I'm telling you, they were playing so bad. Our QB needs Jesus. Like, oh my gosh. The throws he was giving, the interception, like, it was just bad. Our O line was non existent, like, not even there. I'm telling you, like, he was taking too long in the pocket. Like there were so many things fundamentally that were going wrong. I got so mad. I said, I'm about to cut on the Georgia game because this is what I want to see, not this bullshit. And then I look back at the score, I get the notification from ESPN that they won. We were down 30-20, dog. I don't know how the fuck they did it. I still today, I'm trying to go back and look at clips because I can't understand.
I don't know.
But shit, no, it's always go motherfucking Deeks. Like, yes.
And I'll add
Please.
go dogs because with the South Oldest rivalry, we beat fucking Auburn. I'm
Yes, y'all
also
did.
it wasn't a huge high scoring game, which I don't need a high scoring game. We're already banged up enough. Let's fucking calm down and like save that shit because we got to face Texas here in 2 weeks. I'd rather everybody just kind of recoup and be chill. So for anyone that's out there like complaining that we didn't run it up on them, y'all, we beat Auburn. We made Auburn look dumb. Like just take it and let it be.
A win's a win.
Exactly.
A
And
win's a win.
like we pissed Mike Freeze off on a couple of calls, which is fucking hysterical. There was one call in the end zone. It was a touchdown. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Running back ran it in. At the end of the play, he was turned sideways, so they couldn't tell if he broke the plane or not. And Freeze is just pointing at the fucking scoreboard, like yelling at the ref, being like, see, see, see. couldn't see shit, so it wasn't overturned. So suck a dick, Freeze. But yeah, we won. I need Georgia fans to chill the fuck out though, because like, on God, we
was
won.
So many. I looked at the screen. It was so many out there, and I understand it was homecoming, so like makes sense. But like, golly, and it was hot as hell this weekend. So
hot.
I know it was insane. Like it was so hot. Oh,
somebody that was in the thick of it, I can attest. It was hot as hell. The crowd was crazy. I will say, and I agree with Coach Smart, that crowd was not nearly as loud as what it usually is. So I get it, and if y'all are mad at him for that critique, y'all can shut it because he's not wrong.
You think I'm gonna be screaming? I need some water.
No.
I need some Powerade.
Bring your water, kids. Bring your damn water. But we're literally, it's a 3:30 game against one of our oldest rivals. I'm standing next to the stadium, and I cannot, for the life of me, be able to fully differentiate which one is the home crowd cheering and which one's the away crowd cheering, because the away crowd was right where I was working that day, and I could kind of hear it. And I'm like, there was a play where I thought like Georgia did something good and the TV was delayed, and it ended up being Auburn actually did something good. And I'm like, that's a problem. So to everyone that's like critiquing him, calling us out, there's always room for improvement. Y'all need to step the fuck up. I don't care if it's 100 degrees out there. Scream your fucking ass off. If you don't want your ticket, I'll take it.
Meanwhile, I'm going to err on the side of grace. I understand. It was hot as shit. I went at the Georgia game, but I was outside. In the way, I know my voice wouldn't have been anywhere.
No.
It was hot.
Half of that stadium was in the shade, so they have no excuse. And that side of that stadium stayed full the entire game.
I really am trying to fight for y'all.
No. Because listen, Tennessee Tech was hotter, and y'all were loud as hell that game. This is Auburn. I know it's Auburn. They're a joke now, and I can say that now because we beat them. Auburn fucking sucks, and they're a joke. But y'all could have been a little bit louder. So y'all gonna have to bring it this weekend, bro. I get it. It was homecoming. Everybody's drunk as hell, having a good time. We gotta bring the vibes. We gotta bring the vibes.
I'm gonna emphasize it was hot as hell. I'm gonna emphasize. But anyway,
gotta bring the vibes.
But there were some other upsets as well this week. Louisville and SMU.
Yes. I also want to point out just a close game. Two close games, not really upsets. Ole Miss only scored 27 on South Carolina. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And Clemson, you only scored 29 and you let Florida State score 13 on you?
We just had this conversation last week about how they're all mid, so I'm not surprised by them scores.
I'm not either, but that's just interesting. Pop off Boise State with your 62. Jesus Christ, but you let them score 30, so that's kind of crazy.
And they played Utah State, not trying to be that person, but
that's still impressive to score 60 points. I ain't gonna lie. That's a basketball score.
I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say it did look like a basketball score. Yeah.
Pittsburgh being undefeated in the ACC right now. Sleeper. Weird.
Rutgers is also undefeated.
Yeah, wait, I just saw that, and they're playing Wisconsin this weekend, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? They're favored.
Girl, I don't know. It's very odd, but
yeah, sure. Shout out to my one Pittsburgh friend that is recently now listening. I'm mentioning Pitt. Congrats on being undefeated. I doubt you'll be in the poll anytime soon, but like, congrats, my guy.
So looking ahead.
Oh yeah, big week.
Games this weekend. I'm actually kind of sad. So I'm going to go out of town. So I don't know how many games I'm going to actually end up watching, but I'm looking at the schedule. It's supposed to be some pretty good matchups.
Some good ass games. The first one I'm going to shout out. The rankings may be different, but this game is always a big rivalry game, so it's always interesting. Texas, Oklahoma, and it's in Oklahoma this year.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be a game.
That's gonna be actually crazy. I was looking at Alabama, South Carolina, because at this point, it's anyone's game. You lost to Vandy. Like at this point, it's South Carolina could very well take it.
South Carolina. I said this last week. Bama has this next lineup: Vandy, which they just lost to, South Carolina, and Mizzou. They play at Mizzou next week. These three teams have fucked up our schedules in the past and other team schedules that have been SEC favorites in the past. They cannot sleep moving forward. I have a feeling Beamer has some shit up his sleeve for South Carolina, but I'm so interested for next week against Mizzou. I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah this game's gonna be interesting.
This wasn't gonna be interesting for me until the new polls came out. But Ohio State and Oregon are playing each other, and they are currently 2-3. Yeah, that's the game I'm really sad for because I know it's about to be insane, and it's at Oregon. So,
Oregon, you have one job for me, please. For the love of fuck, I need you to take them out, murder them, please.
They're both undefeated right now, so somebody's gotta lose.
Dan Lanning, please, for the love of God, I love you already. If you could pull that shit off, that would be dope. Another top 20 matchup, top 15 matchup, Ole Miss and LSU, and it's in Death Valley at 7:30.
For some odd reason, I feel like Death Valley is a scary place to go.
It is.
I
want to go for the vibes, but not when we're playing there. I refuse to go when we're playing there. Wake, good luck against Clemson. I hope y'all can whoop that ass. They're coming to your home. They're coming to you. It's possible.
And we're going to lose. I think they picked every single person for our home. I don't think we're gonna get a single win at home.
Damn.
I mean, actually, we have a win against A&T, that cupcake starter opener, but for some reason, when it comes to Clemson, even at their worst, they are always better than us. So
no.
I would be shocked to see if they won, because let's keep it a buck. NC State did not do well against Clemson. No. They got cooked. So I'm not holding anything against Clemson, even at their worst. So it'll be interesting to see. But normally this would be a game I go to because Clemson and Wake are my two favorite teams in college football. I don't tell people that a lot because they are in the same conference. And as a cheerleader, I could not support Clemson when I was in Wake uniform. But it's always one of my favorite games to go to just see both of them, especially at Clemson. Insane. So I'm a little bummed this year I'm not going to go see it because that's normally the one game I try to go to every year.
That's fair. Yeah. Two other games I'm actually kind of interested in. Florida, Tennessee. I am interested in it. It is in Tennessee, and Tennessee's coming off of a hot loss. You never know.
For some reason, and I don't know why.
And so is Florida, too. Oh, no, Florida won. I lied.
My brain, I don't know who's going to win, but it's not going to be a battle to me. Like, something's going to tell me somebody's going to be slumped. I don't know if it's going to be Florida or Tennessee, but somebody's going to run up that score, and it's going to be a brutal game.
Well, we know how bad Tennessee is, but Florida is only 3-2, or not Tennessee, excuse me. We know how bad Florida is. Florida's only 3-2. Tennessee's 4-1. So it's going to be kind of interesting. Tennessee is favored by a lot, but
honestly, I don't even know like anything anymore. Like, I sit one week and I feel like I know what's gonna happen, but I'm not even kidding y'all. Like, this season has been the weirdest season I've ever witnessed in college football. At least in my college football days. It's very random and crazy. So
it's teams that were why honestly, like my pick'ems, which we'll get into in another episode, why my pick'ems is so just bad right now is because I'm picking the teams that are so highly favored that should be fucking winning these games.
Yeah.
And the underdog comes through, which is cool. It's sick. It's great. Not for me, though, but it's great for those teams. But I'm like, my brother, please.
Yeah. And we can talk about it more when we get into the AP poll. But I just feel like this ranking has been the most evenly matched, and not in a good way. Because I just feel like the minute you think a team is fired, they have an ass week. Like, I don't know. It just seems like everybody is just, it's just confusing. Like, everybody's just in the same playing field at this point.
Yeah, honestly, I think for this week, I think all these games are going to be interesting. I don't think there's going to be a game this season that I'm not like, ooh, interesting match. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Because every time I say it, I'm like, yeah, I don't care about this one. I'm cutting on the Vandy, Alabama game because who thought that was going to be an interesting game?
Y'all,
not me.
I just want to put in perspective. For what my job is, I basically help out with a bunch of tailgates, okay? 65 tailgates to be exact. After our game was ending or had ended, every single one of those TVs were immediately turned to the Bama Vandy game as quickly as possible. You would have thought we were winning a national championship on that lawn with how crazy people were going. It was insanity. This is why I love college football, because we were literally not even watching our team and we were getting hype as hell as a group. It was so much fun. Sorry,
Yeah.
Bama fans, but also I'm not, because like we tried to tell y'all didn't give a fuck, and
No, because fuck you.
also like Jalen, maybe I don't know, stop being so arrogant for like 5 minutes. Just a thought.
They stink. Anyway,
Stank!
that was week 6.
Yeah, and look into
Um,
week 7. You want to
yeah,
jump to AP poll?
yeah, we can, because that is also a shit show. So
I think it might be.
I've said that before.
I took a peek. It's very interesting this week, actually.
Yeah.
They were not kind. All right, y'all. I'm already just intrigued by this list. I ain't gonna lie.
I already know. I was confused last week. I'm about to be even more confused this week. Starting off with the fact of Syracuse still only got 6 points,
That's insane. That's insane.
but Vanderbilt got 26.
I mean, when I listen, the way they were playing, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
They fucking popped off. I ain't gonna lie.
We're going to pour one out for our homies real quick. USC, Louisville, and Las Vegas. Sorry,
That sucks.
but y'all lost. And
That
this is what
sucks.
happens when you lose.
Fun fact: did you know that Navy and Army are undefeated right now?
Yes.
Weird.
Because I don't remember if it was Navy or Army, but one of them played Air Force and won.
Yeah,
this
weird.
Weekend.
Weird.
So
Hmm.
I don't know when they play each other, but they always do. So that Navy Army game is gonna go crazy.
I think it's November, maybe something like that. Anyways,
we've played I think Navy in the past. Wake has played them. Either Navy or Army, I don't know. I always think of them as the same, and I know it's not the same, and I know that's crazy, but that's how my brain works.
Navy is they're not bad.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're the only team now that does the triple option. They're the only ones that do it. It used to be them and Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech no longer does it. Navy is now the only one. There might be one other team, but I'm pretty sure it's just Navy.
Yeah.
Weirdly. I guess it's working for them.
The few times we've played them, they were pretty solid. So I'm not really that surprised by this, but it is interesting to see them being undefeated this long in the season.
Yeah, dude. Usually that don't happen, as we saw last week.
You know? But yeah, looking at this bottom list, I'm already pissed I see a tie, but we're going to let it go. I don't understand why we have a tie. Just
hold on.
somebody down.
I didn't even catch that. Holy shit. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's a three-way tie at that, and I'm very mad about it. But like I said,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. SMU being 25
makes sense. I'm not mad about it.
I don't know. I feel like
never mind.
I feel like they should have been. I don't know if 25 is where they should be. I mean, seeing as how there's a three-way tie, you're technically 27, but
kind of, yeah.
Go off. I don't know. I just feel like they beat a lot of. I feel like I keep seeing their name and stuff. Like, didn't they just beat somebody else
Louisville.
Crazy too?
They
no,
beat
but before
Louisville.
that,
I'm trying to get their schedule.
Yeah, I think they played somebody else too.
TCU. They beat
Yes.
TCU 66-42. So yes. I get them being moved up into the poll. Their performances the last 2 weeks.
That's what it was. They played BYU, which has been doing great this year as well, and only lost by 3. Like, I feel like they've been playing some very tough teams and have been holding their weight. So for me, I'm not saying they need to be top 10, but I just feel like putting them dead last when some of these other teams have been mid, I just I feel like they should have been at least bumped up 1 or 2 spots
I
to
would
me.
agree. But I am glad they're in the top 25 in general because that makes sense. This is probably the first like snuck in one that makes sense to me that I'm like, yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
I'll allow it. Like, this is fine.
I'll
This
allow
three-way
it for
tie up
now.
here, I won't allow, but
We're
this
going to get there. Hold
I
on.
know, I'm sorry. My brain can't stop looking at it.
Because
Um,
I got to take a minute to just shit on Michigan for falling 14 fucking spots to number 24. Suck that dick, Big Blue. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
14.
Oh.
We was talking last week about how 7 spots was crazy.
Yeah.
14 is wild. Like,
bro, they gave up them votes and they said, nah, we ain't giving them to you anymore. Bye.
and the other unfortunate part is that they have a bye week, so they have to sit
and stew
and think about their actions. Like, they're in timeout right now.
Sit and think about what the fuck you did. Because your first loss, it wasn't as bad. Because it's Texas, that's fine. Not as crazy. It's okay. That's fine. It's okay. Washington, unranked Washington at that. And it was by 10.
Yeah, it wasn't even. Yeah, insane.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Hilarious.
Illinois moved up 1.
Congratulations on a bye week.
Yeah.
Nice.
To sit and not do anything and bump up 1, that's fine. I'll allow it.
We'll take it. Good job, Purdue, Illinois. Good luck against Purdue. Purdue.
Yeah.
Hey, Pitt. To my friend who's the Pitt fan, I see y'all. I know in the a few minutes ago I said y'all weren't ranked. I take it back. Seeing as now y'all are ranked at number 22. Congratulations.
Something about this feels off. And
Are we in the Twilight Zone?
Like, if I had to look at this, I'm not trying to be this person because you did beat Carolina, but I honestly, this is why I said I feel like SMU should have went up some spots. If you're going to put an unranked team on the market and you feel like they're better than Michigan and Illinois, I personally would have put SMU at 22 and Pittsburgh at 25.
I have to disagree because Pittsburgh does have the advantage of being undefeated. So I think that's why. So if hold on. If I was to say anything, I would have Pitt at 22, SMU at 24, and then Illinois, Michigan. That would be my 4.
The only reason why I'm slightly disagreeing is because, again, not trying to keep talking about this 3-way tie, but there are some 4-1s that are sitting above a 5-0. So in my brain, I'm like, the stat doesn't really matter that much. Like, I'm looking at it from the perspective of who are y'all playing? And SMU's season has been rough. And even though, yes, they lost 1, they've been playing some pretty hard teams. Like, I just feel like when I think about Pittsburgh and I'm pulling up their schedule now, yeah, they haven't played anybody. They played Kent State, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Youngstown State, and North Carolina. A North Carolina that lost to Duke that also hasn't really played anybody. So in my brain, yes, you are undefeated. Congratulations, not taking that away from you. But your schedule compared to SMU's schedule, I'm not impressed. Like, I would switch them personally because SMU has been playing some tough teams.
They have.
So in my mind, I get it. Like, yes, they're 5-1, but like, who knows? Cal has been slipping people up. You might get beat. So maybe I just need to wait. Maybe they're like, we need to see more. I don't know. But to sit here and say that they're better than Michigan, but not better than better than SMU and Michigan, I just feel like they should have been flip-flopped. Like, I would have just put SMU up there in Pittsburgh. Maybe it would be SMU 22, Pittsburgh 23, Michigan 25.
See, we kind of agreed where that Pittsburgh and SMU need to be above Michigan and Illinois. Like, we're on that same agreement. It's more so like who's above who in regards to Pittsburgh and SMU. Honestly, thinking about it, either way is fine as long as they're above those two, because truly SMU and Pittsburgh's performances, they've kind of outweighed both Illinois and Michigan's. And
I agree.
I would, no matter which is at 22 or which one's at 23, I would rather have Pitt and SMU above those two and have Michigan at 25 because that performance was dismal. Just
Yeah,
bad. Just
I agree.
bad.
Um,
Another fall from grace.
damn, 12? Oh, well, I mean, when you don't even score more than 10 points.
Yes, we're talking about Mizzou is now at 21, falling 12
Honestly,
spots.
I understand they were ranked higher than Michigan last week, but y'all kind of should have fell a little bit more.
Mm.
Keep the same energy with 14 and put them right above Michigan. Like, I just think.
I think it's because Michigan also has that additional loss already to Texas. And so they're like, all right, Mizzou, this is your first loss. It's not a good
Wait, I didn't
loss.
even catch that. They're 4-2. Why are they still on here? Y'all sitting here with a three-way tie,
Yeah.
needing to figure out who to get rid of them.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, Mizzou, you're lucky you did not drop out. I think you and Michigan are very lucky they did not just kick y'all out altogether because
Put y'all ass on the chopping block.
yeah, because y'all's performance was not good. So lick your wounds against Massachusetts. Good luck. But my God. My God. Good luck against UMass.
Let's talk about this shit right here because no, I'm not accepting it. I don't like this. Why is there a three-way tie?
There's a
Why?
three-way tie for the 18th spot between Indiana of all people, Oklahoma, and Kansas State.
Which Oklahoma and Kansas State didn't even fucking play this weekend.
They had a bye week. I'm very confused.
I'm not even gonna lie. It's not even gonna matter next week because Kansas State plays Colorado and Oklahoma plays Texas. Somebody moving, whether it's up or down. This ain't gonna be here much longer because that's some crazy lineups.
I also just think it's hysterical that they moved up on a bye week, as well as they shot Indiana up so high for beating Northwestern by 20, which is insane to me. It's Northwestern, bro.
And I only think they're on here because they're 6-0 right now.
Yes,
Like,
agree.
I just don't see any other reason for putting them this high because who have they played?
No one. No one.
If
Yeah,
you play no one and you win, of course you're going to be undefeated. And they're on a
exactly.
bye, so they're going to be chilling. Like, they just on this list at least for 2 weeks. So
Enjoy the spot, but I feel like you're that one undefeated small school that they're like, oh my God, we got to put them in the 25 for now. And now they're here and they don't know what to do with them. And so now they've moved up 5 spots, which is insanity, but whatever.
Yep.
Whatever.
I still don't like this. I hated a tie last week. I even hate a three-way. A three-way tie is worse.
Three-way tie
It
is
was
kind of
almost
crazy.
like they heard me and they were like, "Fuck you, Amani. We're gonna show you a tie." This is stupid. This is very stupid.
But comparing schedule and records, like I understand Indiana's undefeated, fine, but like you're really gonna throw Oklahoma and Kansas State in the same fucking spot as Indiana? Why?
It's making me upset. I'm having a visceral reaction to this.
Like maybe Kansas State and Indiana, sure. Oklahoma though, they ain't that bad. Like yeah, that loss was brutal, but like I'm interested to see what happens with them against Texas and also Kansas State against Colorado.
That's why I said it's not staying long. Even if whether it's up or down,
shift.
somebody moving.
We shifting. Oh, there's another jump.
Look at this bullshit. What is this?
Boise State jumped up 4 spots to 17th after beating Utah State. Now, I will say they put up 62 on them, which is kind of impressive, but it's also Utah State. So they also allowed 30 points, which is kind of crazy. That's kind of high.
I just can't. I can't. They play Hawaii.
Yep.
That's the.
Yep. They sure do. Yeah. They're sitting high and pretty in the top 20. Wild.
Insane. Because there's a three-way fucking tie.
Correct. I just want to note, as we're moving up, there's so many teams that had bye weeks this past week that has shot up the list.
Yes, what else? There were so many losses. Where are they gonna go?
Oh,
Where
man.
are they going to go?
I can't wait for the top 10. It's going to be so interesting.
Where are they going to? I'm sorry. I'm looking up Boise State's schedule because I just am baffled.
It's nobody crazy. I'll tell you that.
What's keeping them alive is the fact that they scored so close to Oregon. I'm telling you, that's the only thing
What was the
keeping them
score?
alive. 34-37.
That is the only thing keeping them alive. They
That
are
is
really favoring
that just
that.
explained it to me. Okay, sure. Moving on. Utah did nothing and
Move
moved up to.
to 16. That's crazy. They chilling.
I mean, yeah. What else are they supposed to do? Like, there was just so much bullshit around them. Yeah.
Congratulations, you won the bye week. Great job, great job, great job. You won the bye week because you moved up a spot with a bye week. Crazy concept.
They moved up 2 spots
Two
with a bye
whole
week.
spots for the bye week, man. That's man. Now, we saw Falls of Grace. This is a fucking boost of God. Holy shit.
Texas A&M.
Who was
Congratulations.
tied at 25 last week, jumped up fucking 10 spots for beating Mizzou 41-10.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I agree.
Rightfully so. I am not upset with this. If anything, I'm not even trying to be this person, but there were some people that are ranked above them right now that had buys that probably could be below them. I would have moved
Agreed.
them up 12. Cause what the fuck was that?
That's
At
crazy.
that point,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this.
No. Texas A&M, enjoy your bye week. You'll probably shoot up a spot or two next week just for winning the bye if you can win the bye.
If you can win the bye.
If you can win the bye. But that's, wow. From 25 to fucking 15. Good job, kids. Good job. Your fucking cult is
Proud of you.
working. Your cult is working so hard.
Proud of you.
Boop, boop. Another winner of bye weeks.
BYU, LSU, and Notre. Is this a tie?
That's another.
Do I see another tie?
There's another tie on the AP poll, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no.
Let me start. Let me start over.
Let's start with BYU. Let's start with BYU. Hold on, let's get there.
BYU bumping up 3 spots, not playing anybody. Okay, fine, whatever.
You won the bye week.
Y'all played some really tough teams. Y'all did what you needed to do to get up here. It just was so much bullshit last week. They just had to move you up. I think there was just so much where people had to go down. You could only go up from here.
Yep.
So fine.
Congrats
Fair.
on winning
Y'all
the bye
play
week.
Arizona has been putting some challenges on people. They haven't won, but they've been putting some challenges on people. Don't slip up like Bama. That's all I gotta say.
Don't be sleeping. LSU.
Okay. The fact that BYU moved up 3, Notre Dame moved up 3, but LSU stayed stagnant, I'd be kind of mad. You could at least bump them up 1. I don't know what to tell you.
It's going to be interesting.
This tie.
It's going to be interesting with Ole Miss coming to visit them in Death Valley. I see them either moving way, way up or falling way, way down. We'll see.
And it's been interesting because I just felt like there wasn't a lot of noise for LSU at the beginning of this season.
They haven't really played a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
That might be why.
I think this might be their first tough team, actually. Now that I think about it.
I want to say that is correct.
Because the one other team that I could think about was when they played USC. I mean, sorry, not USC, South Carolina, I forget. Well, they played USC and South Carolina, and they were both good games. Okay. I guess. Whatever.
Sure,
fine. Good luck with Ole Miss.
Good luck,
you
y'all.
might shoot down like Mizzou.
I don't know if South Carolina only let them score 27 points. LSU, if you can show the hell up, I hope you took advantage of that bye week. We'll see.
Notre Dame, I'm very confused that they're this high.
I am as well.
I feel like they shouldn't be a notch away from the top 10. I feel like that's a little dramatic.
Move them down. down. What the fuck?
Granted, they bumped up 3 spots. I don't know why,
I think it's
but I guess.
I think it's what you were saying earlier. It's they had to shift teams, but of all the teams you
Yeah,
had to shift that much, Notre Dame.
there was just nowhere for them to go, I guess. That's what I'm thinking.
Ugh.
But I'm just like, for them to be a notch from top 10, I just feel like that's being a little dramatic, but okay.
Yeah.
They
Agreed.
play Stanford, so
Good luck.
sure.
Good luck.
Iowa State. Why?
They're undefeated.
Okay. So is some other teams. So is BYU. So is
It might be
Indiana.
it
So is
might
Pitt.
it might be their schedule. Might be their
Let me
schedule.
look. Let me look, because I have an attitude with that. I'm not
You
understanding.
did? We couldn't tell. Oh my gosh.
I mean, yes, they put a whoop ass on Baylor, but it's Baylor. Like, let's really talk about it. Are they someone we would call substantial? No.
They've played they did play Iowa at the start of the year and they beat them by 1. They have played who is this? Arkansas State. They also played Houston and now they played Baylor.
Yeah, not impressed.
It might
Not
be
impressed.
they might be oh, they also have later in the year they'll have Utah and Kansas State at the end of the year.
Not impressed. Honestly, if there was going to be an undefeated team that needed to be up here, I would have picked anyone from down here to be in that spot. I'm not impressed with Iowa State being at 11. I don't understand it. It's not for me to understand. I understand they beat Iowa, but where is Iowa on here?
They were ranked 21 at the time that they played.
They're sitting with eight votes.
Well,
They're
now
not even on the.
now
But
they are. Yeah.
I understand, but what I'm saying is they're not even on this list to be considered anymore for real. Like, I just feel like when you are, so here's the thing, top 10, you have to be fucking good. The next 10, you have to be somewhat fighting for a spot in the top 10. So for them to be 11 means that they need to be up par to these top 10 teams. And I don't feel like Iowa State is.
That's fair.
It just does not feel right to me. Doesn't make sense.
I agree. I think it's they don't have the schedule to back it up. Yes, I understand they're undefeated. Great. Yes, they beat a ranked Iowa at the time by 1. Great. Yes, they whooped the shit out of Baylor, but it's Baylor and they're not doing good this year. Fine.
Correct.
I would be more interested with how they would be ranked later in the year when they're actually playing some more like fucking teams, like actual teams. Because these first 5 games that they've played, ain't nobody except for Iowa, and Iowa ain't relevant anymore. So, like, I don't get the hype. I don't get why they're up that high. I don't know what Iowa State is paying them, but, like, I agree. I think I would take, like, I would even take a Pitt up here over this.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't. If there was going to be a team, I don't feel like they're the team.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. But
I agree.
they play West Virginia. Okay.
Good luck.
Moving on. Well, would you look at that?
5 spots.
Son of a gun.
5 spots for
Wow.
beating a very shitty FSU. Are you serious?
Wow. Clemson somehow managed to get back in the top 10. As I just said in the last episode, I love Clemson. They're one of my favorite teams outside of Wake.
But be true.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. I mean, yes, they beat Florida State, but it's Florida State. And have they been doing well this year? No. They lost to Tech. Let's talk about it.
You also only scored 29 points on them, and you allowed them to score 13. That's not that impressive of a win to then give them that many votes, to then bump them up 5 fucking spots into the top 10. That's crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like somebody was like, I need to make some order of this. That's what they were trying to say, because this is a crazy ass list.
This ain't order. This is chaos. The fuck is this?
They feel like it's a sense of normalcy when they have Clemson up in the top 10. I'm telling you, they were like, we got to put some order into this and restore some balance. That's what they said.
Fuck normalcy, man. Bring me the chaos. Anyways.
sure, whatever. You play Wake, of course you're gonna crush us. You might even bump up one more depending on how these other teams play. I don't know, but I find this to be quite crazy.
The 5 whole spots for whooping a really shitty ass team is
This is a
wild.
hot take, and someone could be mad at me. I personally feel like BYU could be the number 10 spot.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know about this
I've
one.
seen more out of BYU than I have out of Clemson.
Exactly. I don't know about this one, y'all.
That's rewarding them for beating a broken team with 5 spots is crazy.
Crazy. But go off. There's nowhere for them to go.
Ole
Miss
at number 9 jumped up 3 after beating South Carolina.
I mean, to be fair, they only allowed them to get 3 points, so okay.
Yeah, but they only scored 27 on them, and they're supposed to have this electric offense. Where? Bitch, where?
This is also going to be one where I feel like it might change because they play LSU, so who knows if they'll be here next week.
That's going to be a game. That's going to be a big game. I'm excited for that game. No, agree. If they don't play their cards right with this game, or if they ain't careful, they get in the boot. I think they'll be out of the top 10. If not out of the top 13 if they ain't careful.
I agree.
No, because LSU's 13. I don't know. We'll see.
I definitely think if they don't win this game, they're going to be out of the top 10 for sure.
Fair.
I would even go, since they're on some bullshit right now, if these other teams down below win, they might be tied for 12. I don't know.
I'm sick of ties. Stop it.
Please stop it. Tennessee.
Get some help. 4 spots is wild. That only 4 spots, and you drop Michigan damn near out of this fucking top 25. 4 should have been more.
I agree it should have been more.
Yeah.
I for sure agree it should have been more. I don't think it should have been as bad as Michigan's because Michigan did only score 10 points on a team that was unranked.
Yeah.
Here, at least the game was somewhat close.
But it shouldn't have been. It's Arkansas.
But for some reason, let me look at my handy dandy schedule.
I would think that Tennessee needs to be at like 11 or 12 after this weekend, because I will also add Tennessee is also like Ole Miss and is supposed to be having this electric offense. That's all we've heard about the entire year. Then you play Arkansas and all you got is you got 14 points.
This is what they're doing. I'm looking at their schedule. This is what they're doing. Oklahoma State at the time when they were ranked, they lost to them in overtime. They lost to Texas A&M, who, just had an electric week.
Yeah.
They only lost by 4. And then Tennessee, they actually won. So I think what they're doing in their brain is they're feeling like Arkansas is more of a competitor than we think they are because of how close these games have been with some other very competitive teams. Particularly, I think what's pulling the weight is Texas A&M because Texas A&M won.
Yeah.
They're really feeling like, oh, if you are close to Texas A&M, then you have to be a competitor.
I can see that.
I think that's what they're doing here, honestly.
I would still have dropped them 6 spots, maybe even 7, because it was a close game. That I agree with that. And Arkansas has been like fighting a lot of big teams. Like I get it.
I think also just looking at how many they dropped Bama, they can't justify Arkansas and Vanderbilt's losses being the same weight.
Absolutely not.
So if they would have dropped Tennessee 6, they would have had to drop Bama more, which I wouldn't be mad at.
No, they should have. They absolutely should have. That was going to be my next thing because we can roll right into it. Bama should have dropped more. Both Bama and Tennessee should have dropped way more than what they did because you're playing 2 unranked teams, especially one, Vandy, that Nick Saban himself called basically a cupcake team that you just play every year in the SEC. You slept on them. You both slept on these teams. You deserve the punishment, not punishment / like what you get. And Tennessee should have fallen 6 and Bama should have fallen 8. Like they needed to fall more.
I think also in their brains is like Who's gonna go there? Iowa State, Clemson.
That you set that up. You fucking deal with it. Listen, you want them in the top 13 so bad. They're already there. Yeah, it may not look pretty that you have them there, but you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It sucks. But I also think they're trying to keep them higher or at least close because they're going to be playing each other relatively soon. So they're wanting to keep that ranking a top 10 one so then it brings in the viewers. But if you asking me, Tennessee should have been 11 and Bama should have been either 10 or 12. I'm be flat out honest. Like they should have fallen. They really should have fallen a lot more. I hope y'all love that favoritism you got because I don't know how much longer it's going to last if y'all can't make it out this season.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm not as mad at this as some other things I've seen on this list. I feel like it's all right. Like, do I think they could have dropped more? Yes, but this list is a fuck show, so I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I'm not mad at it. It's more so just like it's fine, but it could be better.
But what I find really interesting,
I know. Bring it up.
Miami, who, in my opinion, didn't win that game, going to 6,
2 spots, jumped up 2 fucking spots
for a game that they won by a point.
They got 5 more votes than Bama did. That's insanity to me.
Yeah.
It's Cal. They beat Cal by 1 and they shouldn't have.
And the beauty of this setup is they have a bye week. So they're going to be sitting pretty at least for another week.
If they can win the bye week, yeah, they're going to be sitting up there without any problems. God, this is wild.
This is insane. I mean, okay.
Okay.
I'm not really sure about that one, but all right.
Now, okay. Now this one got me a little heated. I ain't gonna lie to you. This one
I was gonna say
heated.
this top 5 is some bullshit. I'm not even gonna hold you.
What in the fuck nuggets is this? Number 5, Georgia did not move after beating Auburn 31-13, and they let Penn State jump our ass after beating UCLA. Beg pardon, I beg your finest pardon. Huh?
They do not want y'all to go up. I think it's going to be tough.
Bro.
Because the fact that 2 teams, they literally had 2 teams that were above y'all drop.
Yes. And we didn't move.
And said, I'm going to keep you where you are and just put other people in front of you. That's a fuck you. That's pretty much, they was like, fuck you.
And I get it. Yes. Penn State and Oregon, because Oregon is at number 3, they're undefeated. I get that fact. But when you look at their fucking schedules, minus Oregon has played some people. I would have been fine with Oregon at number 4. Penn State hasn't played shit fucking all. Good job on beating UCLA by 16 points this weekend. Whoop-de fucking do. But you're telling me that we got to sit. You're going to keep us at number 5?
Brother! They bumped y'all up 1. They could have bumped y'all up 1.
I would have taken 1. I would have taken 1 to number 4. That is fucking fine. But to hold us stagnant, that's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah. Joke. Anyways.
They really hold y'all for real, but
they always do.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I just don't think they want to move y'all up. So
nope. So
yeah, but y'all play Mississippi State. Not gonna be easy, not gonna be hard, but it just depends on which Georgia team wants to show up that day.
I'm just glad it's not in Mississippi State, so we don't have to hear the cowbells.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate them. I hate those fucking bells, and the fact they allow them is crazy to me. And I also say good luck against USC, Penn State. Hope you get your ass whooped.
Because USC has been making some tough teams as well.
Yup. Anyways.
Here we go, y'all. I've been begging for 5 weeks now. I said, will Ohio State stay at 3? Can they please move up? Is there going to be a shot where they ever get a chance at being not 3? And I just want to say, you fucking did it. Wow.
It took beating a shitty ass Iowa to do it. Good job.
Because they're putting a lot of weight on Iowa still. Hence why Iowa State is at 11. I don't get it.
I don't
I
know.
don't get it, but go off. Oregon. Fair.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. I hope you
Cool.
whoop Ohio State's ass. This is all I ask for.
I'm actually
Please.
very curious to see how this poll is going to be affected by that because, like, when y'all played Alabama, I was like, oh, they're just going to switch spots. Like, it just makes sense. But this one, I literally think I don't know what they're gonna like. They're just gonna have to switch spots. Like I don't know where they're gonna go unless.
I think it's going to depend on the score. I think why we weren't 4 and we dropped to 5 was because of that first half. They dinged us hard for that first half. If they show up and it's a back and forth game, it will be a flip flop for sure. But if it's at any point that one of them is up by 3 scores or more,
Yeah,
it's going to be more than a flip flop. It's going to be a jump and a drop.
I'm just gonna say now, if they lose, if whatever team loses and they drop more than switching places, I'm going to be shocked. Like, I just don't even know. Like, there's no way around this. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's gonna be a good ass game, and I'm so sad I'm not watching it.
I am so excited to hopefully watch a little bit of this game this weekend.
What time is this game? This is a 7:30 game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to.
I'll be
I hope I end
working.
up at a bar somewhere with it on because I really want to see this game.
Hold on. Skip back pardon, my Alexa got triggered for no reason.
Oh, well, I
have
hear
ghosts. It's fine. Now, number 1.
Yep.
Minus Michigan, who has been proven to not be that great. Texas, who have you played? Respectively, who have you played?
Well, they play Oklahoma next week.
That will be their first like actual like decent top 10 matchup or like top 25 matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you because it's a rivalry and they always bring it. It would have made more sense to me, and I hate to say this, if Ohio State or Oregon were at 1. Like
I was
1 or 2.
just sitting here thinking that. I was like, I honestly feel like they should have bumped Ohio State up 2 points, but I don't think they want to justify having Ohio State as number 1. Honestly, I think what it's going to come down to is how this Oregon Ohio State game comes out and how this Texas Oklahoma State comes out. Because if Ohio State wins, I think they will be number 1 next week.
If it's by a large margin, yes. If it's a close game, no. It also will depend how Texas plays Oklahoma, because if Texas blows Oklahoma out, they ain't moving. They ain't going to allow them to move. But if Ohio State absolutely destroys Oregon and Texas even loses, even whether it's close or a blowout, Oregon's going up. Absolutely. Yeah. Or Ohio State's going up. Same for Oregon. I feel like if Oregon can pull it off too, I think they could have a shot as well.
All I'm saying is I've been wanting y'all outside of number 3 for so long. Don't ruin it.
They will.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. If you fuck it up, I tried.
Last time,
really tried.
Last time they were not in number 3. I think they were number 2 potentially. Yeah, they were either number 2 or number 1 when we played them. They shanked a kick so bad it went so fucking far left. Where I was sitting, we couldn't tell which, like, if it went between the goalposts or not because it was so fucking far left and we just couldn't see it. Yeah, so good luck. Don't fuck it up, but also please fuck it up. Let Oregon have their moment. It's not going to be a long moment for Oregon, so let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it.
Yep.
Let them have it.
This was the AP Top 25. I don't know what I just talked about because this is crazy.
This is crazy. Also, for context, we're recording on a Sunday. To say I'm exhausted is an understatement. So the fact that I've been able to put coherent...
Who you telling?
The fact that we've been able to do coherent sentences is a miracle at this moment. But yeah.
I'm actually so just for context, we were debating if this was going to be a week we took off. But after seeing the craziness of these scores, we were like, we have to do
We
it.
gotta talk about
Like,
it.
we had to muster up the strength and the energy. I know I kind of yawned a couple times while we were talking. Apologies for
Same.
that, but I'm exhausted.
Nah, I am not sorry. I busted my ass. You also busted your ass this weekend doing a whole lot of
Yeah.
shit. So like
It's rough, but we did this for y'all.
we did it
did
for
this because we
you.
care, because we love talking about this, and because the games were just so crazy. We had to put our
We had
commentary
to.
into it.
Absolutely. And yeah, to her point, we did it because of you guys. So give
Enjoy.
give
If
us
you
a
agree with
like.
my statements, I don't give a fuck.
If you
And
disagree
it's
with
always
mine,
Bama. Woo!
I love that it cut off your scream so much. I don't think the world would have been able to handle that scream into the mic at all.
Y'all know I hate them fuckers so bad. They stink. They stink.
Stank.
Ooh.
Stank. But yeah, as always, it's go Deeks and go dogs.
Go dogs and go deeks.
We'll see you
On to
guys.
college pick'ems.
Whoop, whoop. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.